fill our punch. And so all we need to do is get this all set here. Very nice. And then we just plop one of these in place. That will float atop our punch and create a lovely appearance while it's doing that.
And I also brought you a special little treat, Brini.
How marvelous. Sausage and nuts.
Yes, salty nuts, and they're delicious.
We like that, salted nuts. Well, by creating a menu of special occasion foods, garnishing them with elegant touches and making sure the plates are always filled, you will create a feeling of abundance and luxury that is always impressive. Thank you, Jennifer, for sharing your dinner party know-how.
I'm happy to be here.
Oh, it's so sweet of you. Now, when you offer an array of choices that are as beautiful and, well, savory as these, nobody is going to fret that they weren't passed around by white glove servers. And you'll still have a few dollars left over to buy something fabulous to wear. Now, hurry back, because there's lots more to come. Everyone loves the glow of candles, but not everyone likes the expense. Here are a few tips to keep your candles burning longer. You can store them in the freezer until you're ready to light them, or simply soak them in suds, making sure to keep the wick dry. I don't know why these work. They just do. Now, why didn't you think of that? Years, fruit has been a traditional symbol of abundance and welcome. For example, the pineapple has long been the emblem of hospitality, a very ancient insignia that is still popular today. In keeping with that tradition, we're going to show you how to make a fruit bowl to use as a table centerpiece. But no plastic fruit to this. Instead, we're going to fashion our fruit out of sewing trims and styrofoam forms. You'll be amazed at how beautifully this turns out. Now, what you'll need for this is a variety of styrofoam forms, some lovely sewing trims, and some pins that have the colored heads to them. These are pearlized, and these are simple flat colored pins, and aren't they pretty? And now the only tool you'll need is your electric scissors. Aren't they marvelous? Now, if you think this project will be difficult, you're wrong. Aren't they fun? Now, all we need to do is select our styrofoam forms in the right shape and size to approximate the fruit we want to create. Say you want to make an apple. You'll want a round form. Or say you want to make a set of grapes. You'll want a conical form of some kind. And, well, say you'd like to make a pear. Then you will want to combine forms, use a conical and a round, and fit them together so they create the shape of a pear. Isn't that clever? Now, our next step is to select the trims that we want to create the fruit that we're trying to create. And as you can see here, we've used ball fringe to create champagne grapes. And aren't they darling? And this orange trim could approximate an orange. Your red trim can approximate an apple. Right now, I'm working on a lemon. We've used this lovely trim here, and the process is unbelievably simple. You wrap the trim around your styrofoam form and pin it in place using pins of an appropriate color. In this case, we're going to be using yellow to twin with the yellow trim to create our lovely lemon. And we can also use yellow pearlized pins, which are a little more decorative. And isn't that pretty? These beautiful fruits will look wonderful on your table in a silver bowl. But for a more casual look, you can put them in a wicker or wire basket. To keep them clean, just clean them with a blow dryer to loosen any dust. Part of what makes them so wonderful is the fact that they're deliberately unreal, so no one is likely to try and take a bite. But their decorative impact is authentic, so you can make a whole farm stand's worth in just a few hours. New York's Park Avenue is home to two of America's best examples of mid-century modern design. The Lever House is a fine paradigm of informal balance. Note how the tower is offset from the base, creating a visual exclamation point. While right across the street, the Seagram's building provides counterpoint with formal balance. It's a straight-ahead rectangle, flanked by twin fountains on the plaza below. Inside this beautiful glass box is a temple of sorts to both design and dining. The Four Seasons restaurant, where the faithful have flocked for over 45 years. Power brokers, celebrities, gourmets, and tourists in search of a memorable moment all find welcome in this stunning dining room designed by famed American architect Philip Johnson. Well, Julian, I have to say this is an iconic building. It's really beautiful. And the restaurant is exquisitely put together. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. A lot of people never realize that this restaurant has been here since 1959 at all, because the design is so clean, it's so flawless, and it's actually it's impossible to determine which period the restaurant was actually built. Everything that you see here is original since 1959. The only thing that is not original here since 1959, I would probably say, and I'm really happy about it, is that the people and the menu.
One of the things I love about this restaurant is the sense of fun that you have. You change out the decor of the restaurant.
Well, basically, the Four Seasons reflects the fourth season of the year. And so, therefore, we have to change the menu according to that particular season. And by changing the menu, we're actually renewing ourselves. Not only will we change the menu and the wine list, we also change the trees, we also change the captain's uniform, the waiter's uniform, and so on. So it's a total change.
This restaurant is so wonderfully elegant. How do you puncture the reverence?
Well, very easy. I mean, number one, we try to treat everyone equally, to make everyone feel extremely welcome.
So, you look great.
Whether people are coming in on an everyday basis, or people that come in only once a year, or maybe once in a lifetime. If you happen to come from wherever you like to come, and you would request a table by the pool, let's say, and the table is available at that particular moment, we're going to give it to you. We're not going to try to say, oh, no, this one is reserved for Mr. Trump because he comes in every day. It doesn't work that way.
Now, Julian, tell me. I've heard a few stories about this pool you have here in this restaurant.
Well, it's a great place to go swimming after 10 o'clock at night.
That's what I've heard. Ooh.
It's very simple. I mean, everybody likes to go into the pool at night. And people try all the time to try to get someone to go into the pool.
You have such a sense of humor about everything.
Once you begin to feel stuffy, you have a problem.
That's very
I mean,
true.
that's really the end of the line for a restaurant, I would say. And by the way of showing us that we're not stuffy at all, I'll show you. Here we have some sweetness for you that maybe is going to remind you when you were a child.
Goodness, that is remarkable.
I think you have to try it. Just pull.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a wonderful example of how to make formal entertaining fun. Cotton candy.
And champagne.
And champagne.
Pink.
Concepts and retro know-how will help you take on any task. Watch the Brini Maxwell Show, Friday nights at 10 on Star.
Giving candles even a gentle blow can cause a waxy mess. To extinguish, you can use an eyedropper to place a few drops of water at the base of the wick. The flame will sputter and die. Yes. And then you won't need to be picking wax off your tablecloths and furniture. Too often, our hurly-burly world drains the little niceties out of life. We forget the simple rules of courtesy and grace, and, well, that's when it's time to say, help me, Brini, and I'll see if I can't get you back on the right track. Today's viewer writes, Dear Brini, we've all heard the saying, ladies first, but I'm confused as to when that's really the best thing to do. For example, you said that it's correct etiquette to allow a lady to enter an up escalator first and correct for a man to exit a down escalator first. But does that mean the man is supposed to push the lady out of the way or try to slip in front of her on the way up or down? Signed, up in arms and down at the mouth. Dear Up in Arms, the point of etiquette in this situation is that the man should be in a position to protect the woman. He proceeds first on the down escalator so that he can step off, take the lady's hand, and help her exit. For an up escalator, he should be behind her so that he can support her from behind if the need arises and gently guide her when it's time to step off. If all this sounds confusing, perhaps you're just better off taking the elevator. If you have a question, write me at the address you see on your screen, and I'll try to get to the bottom of your ups and downs. When we visited those architectural icons, the Lever House and the Seagram Building, earlier in the program, we saw that formal and informal balance are distinctly different from each other, but many people still get confused when pondering the concept, so I'm going to demonstrate the distinctions using interior design objects as my models. Now, as you can see, we have an arrangement of objects here that is very traditional in scope. We have a neoclassical lamp, we have a floral still life, and we have a number of other objects, a footstool and old books and other things like that that are very, very traditional. Now, you might think that this is formal balance. However, it is not. It is informal balance. Informal balance is a series of triangles. And if you look, you can see that there is a triangle composed of the painting as one point, the lamp as the second point, and down here on the floor, the footstool as the third point. And if you look closer, you'll find that there are triangles everywhere in this arrangement. There are triangles in the fruit. There's a triangle in the china and porcelain over there. And if you will notice, I have set the lid of the sugar bowl off the saucer. And that's a very informal presentation. Another informal presentation we have here is on the footstool, we have draped the tablecloth over it rather than putting the footstool in front of it. If you're looking for, well, a tableau that is more symmetrical in its composition, then maybe formal balance is more your style. Now, this is formal balance. And formal balance is based on the rectangle or square, and formal balance is based on twos rather than threes. 2 benches, 2 lamps, 2 table runners, and if you have only one object, then it goes in the center, as you see with the dish and our needlepoint art on the wall. Now, I like to insert just a touch of informal balance. Our composition in the needlepoint art is informal balance. As you can see, whether you prefer formal or informal balance, either one is easy to achieve if you follow the simple rules of composition and let your eye be your guide. Stay with us. We'll be right back. When we're entertaining in our little hacienda, Jerry, Jack, and Jenny,
Brooke and Bruce and Brenda,
we are putting pleasure at the top of the agenda when we're entertaining at home. Our entertaining isn't ever very formal. Slacks and easy dresses are more nearly normal. Anything to keep us cool and happy when we're warmal. Keep us entertaining at home. That's the patio on the patio. Stroll around to the sound of the radio. Bells a jingling, songs a tingling, while the host and the hostess are mingling. I hope you've gotten some ideas that will give you the confidence to host your very own chic soiree. I'll look for my invitation in the mail. But until then, keep watching for more ways to add style to your life and life to your style. Till next time, I'm Brini Maxwell. Bye now.